on video-wise. Appreciate everybody. Special day, of course, we have the district governor today that will give a chat for us. So why don't we go ahead and anybody like to do the prayer?
I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
Y'all pray with me. Father, we come to you in Jesus' name today, and we thank you for the charge that you've given this group here in Roswell, the Rotary Club, Father. And I pray that you will continue to show us what we can do to help our community, to build it up. So many communities are being torn down. Help us to build up our community, Father. Promote goodwill. We thank you for our leaders, Father, and I pray that you will protect them. I ask that you bless this country. I ask, Father, that you bless the Roswell Rotary Club and those that are members here and their families. Watch over us, Father, and keep us close to you. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Lee, I see you got the flag there. Do you mind doing the pledge?
Sure thing. Please prepare yourself in the manner most appropriate. And we'll go ahead and do this on three. 1, 2, 3. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, liberty and justice for all. We'll have this down by the time we're able to meet in person again. I'm confident of it.
And the 4-way test. Ryan?
All right, so everybody's got this committed to memory, right? Of all the things we think, say, or do. Number 1.
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth? Number 2. Is it fair to all concerned? Number 3. Will it build better friendships? Number 4. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Number 5.
Fun.
Is it going to be fun? Number 6. Will it be on Zoom?
Oh.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna have to get a mirror to make that look the right way on the screen. I realized, like, oh, we're reading that backwards every time.
Well,
I'm not gonna mirror.
So anyhow, appreciate everybody coming. Do we have any, other than the district governor, any visiting Rotarians today? Did you have one, Bianca, or I didn't? Oh, you were just saying, hey, okay. Okay, well, 1 or 2 announcements. Sonny, just so you know, we deposited our grant check. And so hopefully we can get that going pretty soon and get some concrete on the ground and get our sidewalk and the improvements to our playground taken care of this year. And since you guys know, Carolyn's not able to be here today, before I forget, so for the next 2 weeks, there's no Habitat for Humanity. So we won't be able to participate in that. And Sonny, we're trying to get 100 hours of Habitat for Humanity as part of our 100th year celebration. And of course, that's kind of stretched out a little bit because of COVID, but we're still working towards it.
Great.
And Cindy has done a great job as when she was president last year of getting that all set up and going. And unfortunately, we are almost ready to get it all done. And boom, we had to shut down in March. So we still got it on our minds, and we're still going to go ahead and get it taken care of. The other project for the 100th year is the zoo improvements. And it's my understanding that even though the zoo is still closed, we're going to try and get some pictures of the trees going in and going up, that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll see that shortly. Oh, Carolyn is here. There you are. Do you want to say anything for the 100th, Carolyn?
No, I think you got most of it. Jim Burris is now
getting the wood for the fence, and that's going to be going in because they can't plant the trees yet. They have to wait till
Till fall.
spring.
That's what-
Yeah, or fall or spring or whatever, but I am in contact with him. So I'm just hope we get to meet again sometime in person. That's it. But my friend's traveling through and she hadn't gotten here yet, so I decided I could get in for a few minutes.
Oh, awesome.
So.
Great. So the last Rotary sign, as you guys know, Pecos Valley's going to work on that. And we're going to help them a little bit. So whenever I do hear from them that they're going to put it up, we'll advertise that. Any other announcements that you guys can think of? If not, I'd like to introduce Sunny Kellerman, our president or our district governor for District 5520, and she's this is her official visit to our club. Not exactly how we'd like to do it, but at least we can do it. So that's a good thing. I wish we were able to have all 80 plus members on. Excuse me, I'm going to back up. We do have a second reading for Phil Davis. Phil, I think you're on, and so we're still working on getting new members, so that's great. So we'll go ahead and let Sunny start out, if that works for you. So kind of an informal hello, but at least we're all meeting.
It's good to see you. Nice to be with you. Thank you, Willis. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you for meeting with me on Zoom. You know, Rotary International told me to do club visits virtually in this calendar year. I still look forward to a chance to be with you in person and maybe even have a party with you to celebrate your 100th, because I know we had to put that on hold for a while. Your club is a special one to me, not only because it's the home of our district governor nominee, our own John Drisden, but also we have 2 assistant governors in your club, Betty Young and Jason Perry, and we have 2, the screen is blank at the moment, but 2 Rotary Youth Exchange Committee members in your club, JP and Bianca. I know you've been really active with Youth Exchange, bravo. I checked, just so you know, thinking about things I know about your club, I checked your website, your Facebook page, your goals in Rotary Club Central and Club Runner for officers. And I don't know a whole lot about your club yet, but I'm going to learn more. I do know about the district grant you got for the Centennial Playground, and I didn't know about the zoo. That's very cool. I also know that Carolyn Mitchell's in your club. Hi, Carolyn. Good to see you. And I know that you were chartered just a few years before Silver City. You're 1920, we're 23. So we'll be celebrating soon also. You, in your 100 years, have given more than, let me get this right, $365,000 to the Rotary Foundation, which is phenomenal. And I also know you do scholarships because I saw that on your website. That's about what I know. I look forward to learning more. And I really encourage you to use Facebook and website as much as you can, because that's how people will find you in these strange times. And it is strange, isn't it? It's just the most odd thing we've ever encountered. So the theme of my talk today is now more than ever. Now more than ever, Rotary is relevant. Rotary is needed. Rotary needs all of us. So that's my theme. And I thought what I would do is update you a little bit on the district and RI, maybe tell you a couple things you don't know yet, and then see if you have any questions for me. So think about that while we're going here. How many of you have been in Rotary more than 5 years?
Everybody.
Quite a, yes. And I'll tell you, it's been a long, long time since I heard a governor talk who didn't mention membership. So here's what I want to say about the three essential elements of Rotary: membership, foundation, and public image. They do form like the three-legged stool. They're by no means all of it. But in connection with that, I think it's important for you to know what we're focusing on at the district level this year. So you probably know the district exists for the purpose of helping clubs do what they want to do. So we facilitate communication, we support grants and projects, we help with RILA and youth exchange, and any other initiatives that are more powerful if we're all working on them together. And in that context, we're working from the 4 priorities in Rotary International's brand new strategic plan. And those are to expand our reach, to expand our impact, so our projects are actually life-changing, to expand our engagement, so members remember that they're Rotarians and have a chance to participate in every way that works for them, and then to be innovative and adaptive, not only because of COVID. Even before COVID, we were going to be innovative and adaptive because it's been 115 years that we've been in Rotary. And maybe we want to do a few things that are more novel and up to date for the younger generation. Won't all be just the way we've always done it. So those are the 4 priorities. And in keeping with those 4 priorities, I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about membership. And I'm going to begin this with a story. This is going to sound like ancient history, but I promise you it's still relevant now. Back in 1990, I was working for the Hunger Project in San Francisco, and we had an initiative to educate high school students and service clubs about the difference between famine and chronic persistent hunger, because most people at that time didn't know that 90% of the deaths from hunger came from the invisible kind, the chronic persistent hunger, rather than from famine. So we had a 9-minute video that we were giving out, and I was doing presentations to Rotary and Kiwanis and Lions, and someone invited me to the Rotary International Convention in Portland, Oregon in June of 1990. It was the most amazing experience of my life. And you know, we gave out videos and we had our picture taken with different Rotarians, and we met a lot of people. And when they did the flag ceremony with every flag of every country where Rotary exists, I wept. And I was so inspired and moved that Rotary had this incredible reach and this incredible power to generate peace and harmony in the world, and that we were all united this way. I was in love with Rotary from the flag ceremony on. Now here's the thing I want you to know. It was actually 1997 before anyone invited me to a Rotary meeting or invited me to join Rotary. And I think, even though that's an old story, I think that's a telling story, don't you? Because it says something about the hundreds of thousands of people who are out there waiting to be Rotarians who haven't been invited yet. So in keeping with that, obviously being generous with our invitations is part of our job. It's also part of our job, and this is something RI President Holger has been saying this year, to invite people mindfully, not just willy-nilly, but keeping in mind that we are inviting our new lifelong friends to join Rotary, to be with us. And therefore, not every person who's a possible Rotarian belongs in every club. The clubs all meet different needs. If you see someone who should be a Rotarian and don't feel like your club is a match, find them a club that is. And at this point, I want to share with you very briefly a short video from RI, which I think is powerful in this context. Hold on one second. I'm going to challenge my technological savvy here.
As Rotary, we often ask ourselves, how do we grow?
Can you see it?
Personally, professionally, and organizationally.
No.
The answer
No?
is simple. To grow Rotary,
You can't
we need
see
more
it?
Rotary clubs. Let's use any town as an example.
Hold on.
Any town is a city of
I
100,000
think,
people
John,
and home to
we have to have me share my screen first, don't we?
as Rotary.
John, are you there?
Yeah, it should be available.
All right, let's try it again.
As Rotary,
How's
we
that?
often ask ourselves, how do
Now
we
you
grow
gotta go and share your screen.
professionally and
Okay.
organizationally?
Now
As
you're
Rotary.
going to see why I was not selected governor based on my technological acumen. Share my screen. Hold on a second here.
I think Steve's got a new member for us.
Donnie, green button at the bottom that says share screen.
Yep, but not yet because I changed out of that. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, try it now.
No.
You have to share screen and it gives you an option of which
We often
screen.
ask
How's that?
ourselves, how do we grow personally, professionally, and organizationally?
No,
It's done?
The
No?
answer is simple. To grow Rotary, we need more Rotary clubs. Let's use any
What's happening?
We see you.
find it.
All right.
as Rotary. We often
JP, can you find this and share it?
Yep, almost there.
Thank you.
Right here.
Sonny, we can hear the audio from the.
I know, but there's animation. I wanted you to
we
be
often
able to
ask
see
ourselves,
that.
how do we grow?
Okay, now go back to escape. Sorry,
John, are you enabling JP to share?
go back to.
Yep.
Share.
JP's about there.
Thank heaven. What would we do without partners?
Exactly. There you
All
go.
right.
Personally, professionally, and organizationally.
There you go. Okay, Sonny.
Here we go. Thank you.
As Rotary, we often ask ourselves, how do we grow personally, professionally, and organizationally? The answer is simple. To grow Rotary, we need more Rotary clubs. Let's use any town as an example. Any town is a city of 100,000 people and home to one proud Rotary club. But there are hundreds of other people of action, just like us, who are uniquely qualified to become Rotary members. They share the same drive and represent the values and fundamentals of a Rotary member. So why aren't they members? Well, the current club meets on Monday. There are leaders in any town who can't meet on a Monday. By excluding this segment, the potential members in any town has shrunk. Now consider, what if the meeting is at noon on Monday? There are people who can meet on Monday, but can't meet at noon. So now we have a smaller audience for Rotary in any town. Of the remaining group, some aren't interested in a club with a sit-down lunch and speakers. They are passionate about service, but aren't interested in a traditional club experience. And that is okay. The Rotary Club of any town isn't doing anything wrong. It just doesn't appeal to particular segments of the community. And if we're going to thrive for years to come, we must adapt and embrace change. In any town, we have an opportunity to expand because potential members are everywhere. More than half of the eligible people are prospective Rotary members, waiting to make a bigger impact in their community. But what Rotary Club exists for them? If any town creates new clubs at new times and new places, the hidden potential for Rotary will be revealed. As people of action, we must broaden our reach and provide opportunities to all leaders in the community. Together, all of us can grow Rotary.
Thank you, JP.
But
Okay, hold on, find the gallery again. There's another piece to my story, which is that after I joined the Rotary Club of Petaluma Valley in California, I almost quit after 3 weeks because it seemed like no one was really talking to me and I didn't really have anything to do and I didn't feel like I was making a difference and the time was valuable. And so I was thinking maybe I don't really need to be here. And then the president of the club asked me to be the membership chair. And I thought in retrospect, that was a pretty gutsy move for someone who had been in Rotary for 3 weeks and who was on the verge of leaving. But it turned out really well because it got me involved immediately. And I formed a committee and I started talking at every meeting about membership, and we grew by 10 members that year. And I was off to a good start. But there's some lessons from all of this, are there not? There's lessons called, well, first of all, get them inspired. Secondly, get them invited. And thirdly, get them engaged. And I think that those are things that we could focus on that would make a difference. And then the video shows us kind of a Rotary version of if we build it, they will come. The more opportunities we provide for access to Rotary, the more easy it will be for people to join us. And now more than ever, we need everyone, right? So keep in mind, I don't know how many of you are anxious to start new clubs, but keep in mind that we've never had as much flexibility as we do now. You know, we can have alumni clubs and cause-based clubs and corporate clubs and e-clubs and satellite clubs. You know, there's all kinds of possibilities for making ourselves more accessible. And I invite you to create and seize them if you can. We want to be generous with our invitations and be inclusive, not just invite people who are just like us. And we want to be collaborative. We're working with as many different organizations in our community as we can, which will share us, showcase each other's accomplishments, and expand friendships as well as members. And I would say, out of all of this, the intention is to grow effortlessly. And more important than anything else, take care of our current members. You know, not everyone is going to be happy on Zoom. And so we aren't expecting everyone to show up. But everyone needs to be reminded that they're a Rotarian and that they make a difference and given some opportunity to participate, even if it's sending notes from the comfort of their home. So that's what I have to say about membership. With regard to the foundation, and I know you are already avid and enthusiastic and effective contributors to the foundation, I have another story I want to share with you. And this one is about a few years ago when I had the opportunity to go to Guatemala with our district's coalition representatives. They go almost every year under the auspices of Deborah Simon, as you probably know. I was there to visit different villages in the central highlands of Uspantan, and we had 3 jobs. We were there to celebrate the completion of various projects, and boy, did they know how to celebrate. And we were there to monitor ongoing projects for sustainability, to make sure they were happening well, and people were learning how to take care of water projects and add the right amount of chlorine, all of that, to keep everything good. And we were there, thirdly, to hear petitions from other villages who wanted help with water projects for their own communities. So one of the villages we visited was named El Desengaño. It was a community that had been completely evacuated during the Guatemalan Civil War, and they were just now in the process of rebuilding. They had literally nothing. And let's see if I can show you a picture. I think I have a picture. This was what we were met with. Can everyone see this? Or am I having the same screen sharing problem?
Same screen sharing problem.
Aye, aye, aye.
But we want to see it. JP? Hey, JP?
Here we go. Try this.
There we go.
Yep,
Thank you.
you got
Good,
it.
because I couldn't help with that one.
No, you couldn't. It's true. So you can see we were in this sort of cinder block community center, and these children welcomed us with flowers. This was such a poor community and so sweet, so welcoming, so generous. They actually fed us a meal, although I'm sure they didn't have much to share. And I think they may have given us one of their few remaining chickens. And even though I was a vegetarian, I ate that chicken because I was so moved by their generosity and their courage and their commitment. And I have one more picture. Can you see that one? Or do I need to share again? I am screen sharing. Hold on. How about now? No? Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, it changed. You're good.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, thank you. So the person on the left is Jim Maxton from the Rotary Club of Las Cruces, who was our team leader. The person on the right is Jaime, who was the spokesperson for this village. I don't think I saw him smile once, but he was a very earnest and articulate representative of his community, and he was making the case to us for our help in getting clean water for his community. And we were all incredibly moved and inspired by him. And one of the things I realized while we were visiting was that all my life I've had an intellectual belief that every human being is entitled to access to clean water. What I didn't realize until then is that there's a very big difference between having that intellectual belief on the one hand and looking someone in the eye on the other while they're asking you for your help in having that for themselves and their community. I'm glad to say that El Desengaño was awarded one of our projects and now has clean water. And I'm also glad to say that in that moment, I believe I became a global citizen, because that's when I realized how much we are alike and how much we can help each other. So I'm going to stop the share now. You'll be glad to know that's it on the technology experiments. When I was a little kid, I used to fantasize about winning the lottery. Anyone here ever fantasize about that? Oh, come on, am I the only one? I will tell you that I always thought that if I ever did win, I would have a foundation. I would make a foundation and I would help people all over the world. And now I realize that because of Rotary, I do have a foundation, and it is one of the best in the world. So we have access to so much power to do good in the world. And I am grateful for your support of it. I trust that will continue. President Holger has also asked that I ask every club to continue support of the End Polio Now initiative. I trust you all heard about the announcement on Tuesday that Africa is now wild polio virus free. That's a huge thing. And we are all to be congratulated for that. And we know the job isn't over.
That's great.
It is great. It's completely great. It's a major coup. There are 47 countries in Africa, and it's been exactly 4 years since the last case was reported in Nigeria. So that's when they're allowed to announce that it is polio free. Still some work to be done, but yes, we're getting there. So that's membership, that's the foundation. And then there's public image. I'm not going to say a whole lot about public image, except that my dream is that Rotary becomes a household word. And I know this can happen. I know that it's just a matter of conversation, of speaking about it, sharing about it, wearing our pins, making sure our projects are known in the community, that people are invited to join us. Rotary has every right to be a household word. And we have a fantastic district public image chair, in case you haven't noticed. Arturo Barrio has been amazing. And that reminds me, John, before we're done, would you take a picture of us that we can send to Arturo? Anyone who's on the phone who has a camera and is willing to join us for a moment for a picture, please do. And we'll send it to Arturo, and Arturo will put it on our Facebook page because he is a man driven. Okay, and while we're waiting for John to do that, I'll keep on going. Am I doing okay on time? Okay, so the other thing that I'm focusing on this year in our district is what I would call our culture, working on our culture. And it's not that we have a bad culture, it's just that we know we could take it even further. And here's what I mean by that. You know, every organization has a culture. We don't get to choose whether we're going to have a culture or not, but we do choose what kind we're going to have. And culture is what you get when you compare our day-to-day actions with our core values. I made the mistake in one of my club visits of asking people to name the core values. I'm not going to do that anymore, but let me remind you of what they are. We have service, fellowship, leadership. Why do I go? Diversity, and what's the one I'm missing? Service, fellowship, integrity. How could I forget? So those are the 5, and we want our culture to represent all of those. So here are the areas we're focusing on. First of all, a culture of kindness and respect, which can take many different forms. And obviously, Rotary is pretty strong in this domain anyway. There's always more room to go because human beings have a way of sometimes forgetting and making people wrong, or sometimes taking offense when they didn't need to. And so when we're working together intensely and drivenly and devotedly, sometimes we forget. So this takes some self-monitoring. It takes some willingness to give people the benefit of the doubt. It takes remembering that we're all partners. And it also takes some conflict management and some real communication. But I think we're doing great in that domain. And that's one of the main areas of focus for our culture this year in our district. Next, a culture of, how would I say this? Collaboration. And by that I mean, not only that within our communities, we reach out to other organizations and work with them, but also that as a district, you know, we are huge. You've probably heard we are the largest geographically in the lower 48. So it's a challenge for us to stay in communication with one another, to let each other know what we're up to look for partners around the district when we can. And that's one of the ways we want to focus this year also. We have this fantastic newsletter, thanks to Don Powell. And I encourage you to tell Don anything you're doing that you think is news, including when you've rescheduled your party. But, you know, also pictures of the park, the playground, pictures of the zoo, whatever you're doing, let's make sure the whole district knows. And Arturo is our other main banner carrier. If you can send him things, he'll put them on Facebook. He's quite an artist at that. So collaboration, kindness and respect, innovation, obviously. Innovation is key this year. Now more than ever, we need to be creative in how we reach out and how we connect with people and how we involve them in Rotary. And in that regard, I have to mention that JP and his committee, the Youth Exchange Committee, has been really working hard on creating an innovative way to do youth exchange this year. We have this virtual cultural experience coming down the pike in no small measure because of JP's work. So that's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. He's done a great job. And I dream that this may actually have a way of connecting more and more young people with the youth exchange experience eventually. There are kids who probably never will want to go abroad, but they may still be able to benefit from an experience like this. So that's a great example of innovation in our district. So those are the cultural things. We have some upcoming events I want you to know about. One is a series of vibrant club workshops, which are happening in September. And they're being scheduled on the district website. You'll see a notice of them. We especially want club officers for this year and next year to attend if possible. And by the way, please put your officers in club runners so we know who to invite. So that's happening on September 19th, part 3 of the Rotary Leadership Institute, which used to be the Rio Grande Academy, will be scheduled online. It's free. We can do so much for free online right now. So if you haven't done part 3, I know some of you have done all of them, make a point of coming and letting other people know about it. We have a bi-district conference coming up at the end of October. It'll be like an hour on the night of the 23rd and then the morning of the 24th, and that's virtual also. Has anyone on this call been to a bi-district conference before? John and me. Anyone else? Not yet. You know, it's been hard to get to because it's been in El Paso or Juarez, and it's been expensive and time consuming, but this time it's free and it's online and it's going to be very cool. The team has been working hard. They're going to put their projects in different Facebook rooms, so you can go from room to room and see what they're doing. Bring your own project and get a Mexican club to support you. We have this opportunity to really engage with our sister district to the south, and I invite you to come to the bi-district conference. Registration is on the home page of our district website. Let's see. On November 12th to the 14th, we have a Zone Institute, which is it's such a big deal. You know, there are about 34 districts in each zone, and we are paired with another zone. So we are zone 26 with 27, and all of us are going to be together with fantastic speakers and music and parties. And Bob Roush will be kind of introduced to fantastic. November 12th to the 14th. Normally it costs about $3,000 to go to this thing because you've got registration and meals and hotel and that time off and what else? Oh, there's something else. Oh, meals, hotel, and transportation. So anyway, it's a big deal. This time it's $49 for all 3 days. And it's going to be fantastic. So mark your calendar, come if you can. I'll be sending out a notice about everything that's involved and how to register very soon. And then our district conference will be, we pray, in Las Cruces, April 8th to the 11th. And we know there will probably be a pretty robust virtual piece to it. Because not everyone will feel ready to come together. I'm hoping there'll be some in-person stuff too. We'll have some good music, we'll have some great speakers, and one of the things I'm asking of every club is that you send me a short 1 to 2 minute video of one of your service projects so we can sprinkle those among all of the other stuff that's going on in our conference. Let's see, what else? So that's kind of it at the district level. Oh, no, a couple more things. We have a brand new alliance with Toastmasters that's happening globally. How many of you have heard about that? Oh, good. So actually, it's an opportunity for us to have speakers from Toastmasters. And of course, they're trained to be speakers, so they're really good. And we can speak to them about Rotary. We can invite them to our meeting as guests. We can invite them to participate with us in our service projects. And we can use their meetings to practice our own speaking if we're so inclined. You know, one of the commitments we have in Rotary is to support our members who are interested in professional growth and development. So being a part of Toastmasters is really a natural for us. And Toastmasters has, I think, 6 of the 8 courses that they're building just for us are already on the Rotary International website under the Learning Center. There will be 8 in all, and they're really good. They're interactive, and there's homework, and there you can learn to develop a speech, deliver a speech, be giving an inspirational speech, and then learning certain leadership skills. I invite you to check them out. They're really great. That's one innovative thing. Another thing that we're doing is creating a diversity, equity, and inclusion task force for our district, which will work with clubs in expanding our own cultures so that we are as welcoming as we can possibly be to people who might otherwise not feel a part of us. And Sarah Robinson is pointing that up, and I can tell you more about it if you want to know. You know about the 7th area of focus, right? The 7th area of focus is supporting the environment. So we now have the ability to weave that into our global grants as well as our district grants. You know that we have a woman slated to be president of Rotary International in 2022 and 23. Jennifer Jones is from Canada. Have you met her, John? No, not yet. She's fantastic. You will really, really appreciate her, I think. I saw her at Zone Institute last year, and she's wonderful. Let's see. Other polio announcement. Did you know that vaccinations have started up again in Pakistan? This is really good news. And that our polio infrastructure is still being used for COVID response as well. And let's see, a couple more things. For those of you who keep track of such things, the International Convention for Rotary is scheduled to be in Taipei in June 12th to the 16th. John's smiling. We don't know. We're playing it like it's going to happen, and we will see. I hope it does. I hope it should be. Those people are amazing. They have gone all out in getting ready for this, and they are so full of love and welcoming and hospitality. You can know it's going to be a top-notch event if we get to do that. 2 more things I want you to know from the Rotary International website. One is that under the Brand Center, there are public service announcements, really good ones, radio and TV, that are useful for spreading the word about Rotary in your community. And I'm told we should look for a fundraising tool, an online fundraising tool that is customizable to us, that will be on the Rotary International website very soon. Don't know exactly when, but said keep an eye out for it. So I'm going to open this up for, 2 questions in a minute, but I just want to say a couple last things. We are part of an amazing organization. I know you know this. We are worldwide renowned, not only for our fight against polio, but also for things historical, like our role in setting up the United Nations. We have a non-governmental seat in the United Nations because of our partnership. We have much to be proud of, and we are not in a position right now to be resting on our laurels. Now more than ever, right? Now is not a time to wait for things to get back to normal. It's not a time to wait and hope that we'll be able to do things the way we always did them. It's a time to step up now and find a way to make a difference now. It's an extraordinary time to be a Rotarian, because now more than ever, we're connected around the world. We're challenged to create opportunities and to alleviate suffering. Now more than ever, the world needs Rotary, and Rotary needs us. When I first joined Rotary, someone told me that Harry Truman once said, put a Rotary club in every town and I will underwrite world peace. And I know that whether he said it or not, he could have said it. Yes, it is really, really a possibility. For me, Rotary is one of humanity's greatest hopes. And now is a time for us to show that. I'm going to leave you with one last quote, and this is from President Holger. Some of you may have heard me say this already. RA President Holger said, "Rotary isn't just a club you can join. It's an invitation to endless opportunities to live a richer and more fulfilling life with friends from around the world who share our core values." So I thank you for being Rotarians today, and I encourage you to find something each day that allows you to express that in the world and to make a difference. You are appreciated more than words can say. That's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Governor Sonny. We appreciate you coming to our meeting, even if it's just through the computer, but it's still very nice to have you. We very much appreciate your time and your service to Rotary. And we hope we can keep up the good work here in Roswell for the district and for Rotary International. Just one last check. Does anybody have any other questions?
Where are we with Phil Davis, our new member, or proposed?
Phil's on with us today, and he's on his second reading. So
Great.
Do his second reading.
Hi, Phil.
Hello.
Hi, Phil. I didn't know you were on. I'm so pleased you are.
Can you see the chat, Phil? You just got welcomed.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks
You
for
bet.
joining us.
Cool.
I look
Well,
forward to being with you in person. I really do. I'm going to come visit as soon as that's allowed.
well, yeah, as soon as we can get to a place where we can meet, we'll certainly do it as safely, obviously, and we will certainly invite you again. And we look forward to seeing you at our board meeting here shortly. So I think that's in another week or two, right?
I haven't seen the calendar with that on it yet, but Dick Jones is doing a great job of getting me scheduled, and I do whatever he tells me
Right.
to
So
do.
you just show up, right? There
Exactly.
you go. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you here in a few weeks for the board meeting with us. So, and
Great.
we'll
Look
announce
forward
that.
to it.
So I think last announcements again, we're off for 2 weeks with Habitat for Humanity. Does anybody have anything else? If not, next week is General Grizzle and Dr. Powell talking about about their bond stuff and what's going on with the schools in the community. So look forward to that and look forward to seeing all you guys next week. Please do remember that if you can't, or if you know of somebody that can't meet via Zoom, Lee does have 3 social distancing rooms that are 5 person apiece. So please invite folks that can't make it. I'm trying to invite everybody I can that I know that's in Rotary. So please do the same. And Lee, I need to talk with you in a while anyhow, so I'll give you an email and we'll get talking. But if not, Rotary is service. Appreciate everybody coming in today. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.